Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, November 13th, 2025. It's a meeting of the Acushnet Board of Selectmen. Is there a motion to call the meeting to order?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we've got a continuation of the public hearing we had on our real estate tax classification. So is there a motion to reopen that public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have our principal assessor here, Ms. Koska. We went through the presentation last go around. I don't know that we need to do that again, but I guess the bottom line is, has anything changed and what actions did the assessors take?
The certification of new growth has happened, so a formal vote of the Board of Selectmen can happen today for classification. I had initially projected the $192,400 on November 4th. What was certified was $193,698, so it's a difference of $1,298. The allowance for abatements and exemptions, I originally had at $150. I believe they're going to. That's a number, that's a soft number that once the accounting information is in, will probably sit around the $120,000 mark. And then excess levy capacity is the same thing. Whatever doesn't get put in abatements and exemptions actually goes into excess levy capacity. So it depends on the bottom line once the submission occurs for the recap. Ultimately, there was no difference in the tax rates that I had presented because the levy only changed by $74. So.
All right.
And the Board of Assessors did take a vote yesterday. I did provide the memo. It was a 3-to-1 unanimous vote to recommend 125% shift.
We're at 135%, correct?
Correct.
Historically, yes. Last year we were at 135.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. Gentlemen, thoughts?
I don't like varying from the tax split that much, and with what's going on right now with the high school, proposed high school. I would be inclined to leave it at 135 and not cause any more pain on residential taxpayers.
Are you staying with?
I feel the same way. I think the uncertainty of what we have going on right now, I mean, it's not a huge difference between the 135 and 125, but if people feel 2 hits in 1 year, I think the potential of that happening, I would also recommend that we keep it at 135.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Motion is to set the tax class split at 135.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Great, thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's all we need. Is there a motion to close the tax classification hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you
Great.
very
Thank you,
much.
Kelly.
A couple housekeeping things. At the last meeting, we announced the resignation of Sydney Viveras, who is moving on from her role. Just want to take this moment to thank Sydney for all her work over the last 2 years. It's been exciting to watch her personal and professional growth, and she's off to good things. And just want to again take the time to thank her for her work and her assistance over the last couple of years. So with that, we did do an interview with a town resident, Margaret Orlowski, who was a candidate for another position, but when I interviewed her for that position, she really stood out and kind of kept it in the back of my mind as a potential candidate for another position in town if that were to open up. And I know the board met with her separately. I think everybody felt the same. And Bob, you talked with her, and Kevin, you spoke with her as well. And I think she'd be a great candidate to fill the shoes in that department. So that's where we're at.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I sat down with Margaret multiple times. She's excited. She's looking for a little bit different of what she's doing now, and she wants to be closer to home. And she's very geared up to help our office and put everything, set it up for us so we can transition with everything else that's going on right now. And she's excited to start.
Right. Kevin? input?
No, motion to appoint Margaret Olowski, Town Administrator, Board of Selectmen Executive Assistant.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, next bit of housekeeping is, as you know, we've been working, Mr. Kelly has stayed on until we try to figure out how we're gonna fill the town administrator's seat, and Jamie Kelly has done his best despite some violating HIPAA laws, some health challenges along the way, and finally that day has come where he has had to get a knee replacement and will be out of commission for a few weeks. And so with that, we're going to need somebody to be able to sign papers and keep things moving. And Jamie Velasquez is the most logical candidate to do that, who's done a great job in the town accountant's office upstairs. And so, but this would be for signatory authority only. We've got an active board as chair. It asks that you include me in conversations about things that need to take place, but that does not mean you can't speak with Kevin or Bob. In fact, I prefer to have getting consensus and keeping Bob and Kevin in the loop as well as myself. And if it gets to a point where things are for some reason we're not on the same page, then we'll get it on the agenda and get it moving. But things should be rather routine from a process standpoint. But we do need to appoint Ms. Velasquez as the town administrator for interim assistant town administrator for signatory authority only, and that will eventually expire and sunset. But thank you for stepping up. So with that, gentlemen, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Ms. Velasquez, better known as Jamie Lynn to me. So that doesn't include any grant signatures though. Okay? That needs to come before the board.
No problem.
Thank you.
Or procurement, or anything over a certain price tag.
She's well aware of that. We're working on some of those issues.
All right, very good. Gentlemen, any selectmen's announcements?
Yeah, the November 18th is a big vote, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yep.
At the Acushnet Elementary School for a high school for Old Colony, a new high school for Old Colony, our regional school. We will be posting something up on the town's webpage today for that vote, but please take a look at the webpage. You can go to Old Colony's webpage, get more information on it. We've done a number of open meetings down at the Council on Aging. The most recent one was the past Monday. So please pay attention to that. It's a vote, again, November 18th, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Every vote matters on this one. It's a big vote, so pay attention to what's going on in the community, ladies and gentlemen, and get out and vote.
Mr. Hinckley?
I'm good, Mr. Chairman.
All right, just a couple things. Just want to put out there that we've been given the green light. As you know, we're going through the process with civil service to get a police chief in the seat. We've been given the green light from civil service, so we'll be notifying the police department internally, but just wanted the general public to know that that process is moving along, and we wish all of the folks that are interested the best of luck in that process and study up. We look forward to getting that done. Also, we've got a number of future business meetings. We've got on the agenda, we've got it for November 17th, which is, we don't want to have a selectmen's meeting on the 18th because that's the day of the vote. So we've got it tentatively for the 17th. We can adjust to after the fact, the 19th or whatever, if we want to do it then to kind of regroup and figure out what went on. But then I've got it on here December 2nd, 16th, and 30th, which is a little bit of is pretty aggressive as far as the holidays go, but we have to do licenses and all of that good stuff. And the one thing I do want to put on the table for future business, gentlemen, is we get into a budget season. We've done it in the past, but I think this year more so than any, we need to have a all hands on deck state of the town finances budget meeting before our department heads and go off and running and put together their wish lists. So I'd like to do that ideally in December to set the tone. I think we might want to have that at the schools or the Council on Aging, somewhere we can invite all elected officials, all department heads, the schools, anybody who cares about the town finances should be there. And then I think this board will then give the directive to the department heads. We got to make sure that we do this in a manner that, I think there's gonna be some hard conversations. And I think if there's been any silver lining to this Old Colony project is it's going to forced us to think critically about how we do things. Regionalization, partnering with other towns. I don't know what our school department's doing as far as tuitioning or not tuitioning, so I think there'll be a real good opportunity to get all that stuff out on the table. So,
Mr.
Yes.
Chairman, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that just brought up something I'd like to make for
Yeah.
my selectmen's announcements. Originally, the school committee had a meeting scheduled for the 18th to regular general agenda items, but part of that discussion on the 18th was in regards to the high school tuition contracts. And they have decided to move it to the 20th at 6 p.m. So the school will be moving their
Good.
scheduled 18th meeting away from the election so it can be on its own and people don't have to worry about
Yep.
two different school issues on the same night.
Smart.
So just so everybody knows, school committee meeting is 11:20 at 6 p.m. at the Ford Middle School.
Great. All right. Very good. I think that's it for today. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes.